Okay. Today on MPC, we have Susan NDLOVU, who is the chair of ZAPU Europe. She's going to tell us about her work in ZAPU. We welcome you, Susan.
Thank you, Mr. Nkala.
Okay,
thank you for having me here today.
Excellent. I think let's start by you telling us, when did you become the chairperson of ZAPU Europe region?
I became a ZAPU Europe chair 4 years back.
4 years back?
Yes.
Okay.
So, according to ZAPU Constitution, you should serve as a chair for only 4 years.
Okay. So
I've just completed my term in April.
All right. So you've just completed your term, and you are an outgoing chair.
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's good. When you took over the reins 4 years ago as a chair of ZAPU Europe region, how would you describe the state of the party in the region at that time?
When I took over, the stable of the party was a bit balanced up, I could say, because bear in mind, I was in the previous PEC again,
all right,
which was the chair was one of the comrades, Christopher Maposa.
Yeah.
So I served under his PEC. I could say in another way, things were a bit, people, I can talk about attendance, really, that's what I could talk about. How people were committed that time when we were with him. I saw more people were in politics, unlike when I took over. When I took over, some people were in politics, but they were no longer that active. That's what I could really say. That's what I saw. And yeah, that's how I could say.
Okay, so in other ways, you are saying when you took over, the involvement of people, the membership may be reduced a bit?
Absolutely.
What do you think caused that?
I will tell you something about human nature.
Yeah.
What might have caused is because of mere differences. Some might be that they didn't like me, which is common. You expect that you don't expect to be loved by everybody.
No.
At the end of the day, I'm not money. Many things. And remember, in a community, in any party anyway, besides ZAPU, where people tend to gather and have something.
Yeah.
If one goes with a certain group. And depending how powerful that person was.
Yeah.
So those are the other things I learned that might have caused that. But nevertheless, thank God they didn't actually demotivate me at all.
So you feel that maybe other people didn't maybe like you personally, or they didn't like the PEC as a whole, or they didn't like ZAPU at that time? Where do you place that exactly?
I think some people were just tired.
Yes, tired, yeah.
Some people didn't like me personally. I could say, maybe some had differences with other PEC members, which I had in my team. I'm not sure about that. But that's what I've noticed, because as soon as I take over, really I could tell that so-and-so doesn't like me, so-and-so likes me. I could tell, even not according to the vote.
Yeah.
Because bear in mind how the vote elections for where I was elected were done in Newcastle. People voted by hand in front of everybody. You could tell who voted you and who didn't vote for you.
Okay.
It wasn't a big deal to me that so-and-so didn't vote for me, so-and-so voted for me. But what I noticed was, because whether you vote for me, whether you don't vote for me, if it comes to work together, I'm very good on that. I can work with anybody.
Yeah.
But I realized that those people who didn't vote me, some had influence on other members.
All right. Yeah.
Which actually ended up not supporting me much. But nevertheless, still we soldiered on up to today.
Yeah. But having worked for 4 years in the region as the chairperson with your PEC, what do you think were your achievements?
My PEC supported people with the bereavements when they've lost their families. My PEC, we managed to actually bring people together, contribute and support people on such areas. We managed to continue supporting back home with rent, office rent. We continue to manage to make sure the province is tagged, even if there were squabbles or differences, but the province is there. We never come to a point where we thought like, you know what, I'm leaving it. And then, because if you leave it, you just like dropping an egg on the floor. It's broken and it's broken. We just hold on as much as we're going through that, but we managed to do that, which I find is the biggest achievement in this team of PEC, which I had.
Yeah.
We had differences, but we worked together as PEC. I managed to visit some other districts where people, they thought it's my no-go area, but I managed to get there. I have been to Ireland. I managed to go there as the chair and support them. And I felt that's one of the things which I achieved. I managed to visit most districts. I managed to visit even Luton and stuff like that. So that alone, it shows that we did something. We continued with our AGMs every year. We continued to actually demonstrate the bringing everything, the accuracy in front of people, the report, financial report. We did it every year in my PEC term. So that's what I can say.
Okay. I know you are the first chair lady of ZAPU Europe since its revival 2008-2009. Being the first female leader in the province at the top hierarchy, did you face anything because of your gender?
Absolutely, I did. You know, we grew up in this the men, you know, their is a man. Yes, I agree and I understand, but politics is not the kitchen, it's not the bedroom. So we are in the field where we are working and we have to accommodate each other. So I faced that. I noticed that women, we are looked upon. Talk sometimes, if we are not strong enough, that can weaken you off.
Okay, so look forward in terms of leadership in the region. If another, let's say, woman wants to take over from you, what advice would you give that person?
I will advise that person to stick to her vision. Don't become a comedian. You are there for your game, play your game, and ignore all these games which people, they will try to attract you with this and that. Don't entertain. You entertain, your province will be actually in a mess. Focus on your vision, continue working, put your effort in what you are, your aims are.
Yeah.
That's what I would, and don't mind everybody who are, everybody is different. They will come this and that. You know what? Then what?
Yeah.
I don't care. Be fearless. That's what I can encourage that woman. Be fearless, particularly if you were thinking to take over a province like Europe.
Yeah.
Truly be strong and fearless. Then you will manage. Be fearless, like anything else. If you do that, you will manage to do it. As I said again, don't be an entertainer. Somebody will come with this and this and that. Sit down, work on it. This is something I learned on the process of me being the chair of this province. Firstly, I used to react, but it came to a point where I don't react, but I look at things as they are, and then I start working over them and think and look at where is it coming from? Why is it like this? Working it on my own. In my game, I don't have friends. I have advisors who want to advise me and mentors and counselors who see that I am in need of that.
Okay. Oh, that's good. You said your term of office is coming to an end. When is the next AGM?
Our next AGM was meant to be 2020 on the 1st of April. Unfortunately, because of the situation which is faced by the entire world, it's beyond our control. Trust me, we are all tired as PC. We are in a position of like, you know what? This is a relay. I have done my best. I need to give somebody a stick. We are longing for that, but because of these conditions which are faced with the entire world, there is nothing we can do at the moment. We have, even if we can put how much pressure to the leadership, it won't work, because at the end of the day, you sit down, you look at it on your own and ask yourself, what would I have done best to find that there is no way, there is nothing. We are restricted by the regulations of the land where we are everywhere. So as a result, we are waiting. The leadership is aware of that. We're working with the leadership very well on that. The leadership has postponed everything for April next year, 2021.
Okay. All right. Okay. But in the meantime, are people allowed to come forward and say, I want to campaign to be the secretary of the party in Europe, or whatever portfolio? Are they allowed now to do that?
Absolutely. We have already sent the messages to the districts which we have to advise them, those who are there, to prepare themselves and market themselves as much as they can.
Okay. So the Congress, is it the one in April next year?
Everything has been put on standstill. The Congress as well is next year in April. So which means if in any case, nobody knows, because this is something which we are going through, the COVID-19 issue. It's an issue which is affecting everybody. We don't know when is it going to improve. Probably if it improves anytime soon, then the leadership will give Europe a go-ahead of the AGM.
Okay.
Which will be done before the Congress.
Before the Congress.
Yes.
Okay. What about those who want the leadership position at national level? Like, let's say someone wants to be the Secretary General or Treasurer General or the President. Are they now allowed to start campaigning?
I wouldn't say that much on that area, because it's on the leadership.
Yeah.
Me, I'm the provincial chair.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, I don't want to get involved in that area much, because it's higher than my position.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Now, what do you think the state of the party is right now, and what needs to be done to move it forward?
If you could clarify your question there. The state of the part in my province or the state of the part as a whole?
I think I was maybe both in your province and the part as a whole.
I will speak more about my province.
That's okay. What
I've noticed, what we need to do. I don't even know how we can do this, but that's my will. That if we could probably start working within ourselves as a people, we learn to support each other. We learn to love. Love conquers everything. Everything that you do. When you've got love, believe me, trust me, nothing will actually break you. If we have that love of a sister, that love of a brother, we will manage to achieve what we want. As ZAPU, I've noticed what has killed ZAPU mostly is failing to love one another. I don't know what the right word I could tell, but if we conquer that and check that, I think it will work better. ZAPU can do very well. It's got potential of doing well. If we work on that area, only that area, the next thing will follow.
Okay. So you feel right now that ZAPU members are not really supporting each other the way you would like to see them doing?
Very much, absolutely. When I'll take you back a bit. When I came to, when we were contesting, there were so many people who came to me saying, "Oh, so you can do it. Would you like to contest and stuff like that?" Nevertheless, it wasn't them who made me actually take the position. It was in me that, you know what, I'm a lady. Am I going to manage this province? But it came in my mind that, you know what, let me get into it. Let me find out what I'm capable of, what I can do, and I did. But my friends, I had a lot of friends in ZAPU. Most of my friends were in ZAPU. Trust me, I lost a lot of my friends, which I heard when I became chair. And I don't believe in losing friends. I believe in having friends. I believe in friendship. That's what I am. I'm a loving person. So I wish people to be there and we love one another as a Ubuntu, as just a human being, you know. But I lacked that. That one, trust me, I lacked it. And there were times where it was breaking me up in a point that I was thinking, what's the point? Why am I going to go through this just because the passion that I love ZAPU? But then days are not the same. One day, following day, I woke up, I'm strong. I read something about ZAPU. I'm feeling, wow, you know what? I want to keep the ZAPU Lakers. If I drop today, ZAPU Lakers will be broken. And if I stop today, which means I didn't complete my my time as a chair, and I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I wanted to make it up to the end like men, because I think women can do anything that men can do. Women can paint, women can do anything that a man can do. So I saw that on up to the last point to prove that one.
Okay. Maybe before we conclude this interview, are you standing?
That's my secret. That's my secret.
Yeah, tell me your secret.
I might be standing, I might be not, but that's my secret. I'm not going to disclose it. I'm really sorry about that. I'm not going to disclose it.
Okay. So you are a politician now. You don't want to answer questions directly.
Oh yes, I'm in the game. I'm playing the game, so I have to, you know.
Yeah. Okay. What message do you have, let's say, to the incoming PEC? What challenges do you think they will face? What do they need to do in order to keep the fire burning?
They need to work on the area of love, like I said.
Yeah.
Avoid any gossip going around the province.
Yeah.
Some will come and tell you that, oh, so and so in this group, they say this and that. It's okay. It's all right. Then what? What is it going to do to me? Fine. First, I used to like, you know what? This is too much. But trust me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just focus on what you want to do. When I stick to the ZAPU principles, work on the Constitution. The Constitution is there to protect the members of ZAPU, to protect Inhlanganiso, and to protect you as the chair. Okay. Be careful with the clever people who will come to use the Constitution to suit their situations, which they will be in at that particular time. You just stick to the Constitution, because if you don't stick to the Constitution, and if you've got enemies, they can actually be against you quoting the Constitution.
Yeah. Okay.
Stick to the Constitution and the principles of ZAPU and work on that area. Make sure you stick to the Constitution, move on, try to keep the team on, try to keep the fire burning. It is not easy, but it is doable. Keep going, keep going. Rather, you left with a few members, proper ZAPU and committed, than to have a range of people who are not even there.
Okay. Some of the questions that I had, I wanted to ask you, they're about national leadership, but I can say that you don't want to entertain those. So that's okay. Maybe some other time we can talk about them. Yes. But from what you have just told me, I can see that you say maybe people needed to support each other more. And you say as achievements, you think the party has managed to stay intact under your leadership. You managed to support activities both in Europe and back home as well, such as paying rentals for office at home. Am I accurate in saying that?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We've been contributed. We organized even to help during this time of COVID-19 with the little which we have, because bear in mind, this situation of COVID-19 didn't only affect a certain part of the world, but everywhere we're all affected. Even in UK, some people didn't have jobs. So it's only those few individuals who managed to contribute a little bit, which we had, we managed to send home, and people managed to go and support where we can. We managed to do it. Where we can't, well, it's beyond of what we can manage. Yeah. And I would like to really apologize to those who are there who think we didn't help much, but that's what we managed to help. And the other thing to add on your question when you said the leadership which is taking over, what will be my advice? Don't forget to involve youth.
The youth.
Because if you forget about youth, trust me, that's where ZAPU legacy is going to die.
Yeah.
Youth, we need, as people in our homes, those who've got children, let them learn about ZAPU, teach them ZAPU, let them understand where ZAPU is a big name. It's a big brand which doesn't have to die. But if we are not careful and we don't teach our youth, then, because youth is the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Teach them where ZAPU started, where ZAPU is now, what is going on with ZAPU, and stuff like that. Let them understand, have understanding. It's not an easy thing to do, but we need youth in this politics of today. Whether we like it or not, we need them in the field. So please, that's the other encouragement. I would encourage you, if you take over, please make sure you involve the youth in every area. Let there be youth members, because youth, they are good even on social media, and they're influential in every area. So let's get them in. Let's try our best and bring both youth and women.
Yeah.
Not forgetting women. I always hear people saying, always for a man to achieve, there's a strong woman behind them. It's only a saying, but when the woman is in the field, I don't know whether men are threatened or what, I don't know. But women, let's soldier on. Let's keep fielding in.
Okay, that's excellent. do you have any message that you like to share with your ZAPU members, your PEC, the leadership, or whoever?
Yes. My message is, I love them all. I love everybody. It doesn't matter we have differences in politics. That was the game. We have to punch one another, and at the end of the day, it's over. I love everybody, and I can work with everybody, and I still love you. I'll continue to love you. And I wish ZAPU all the best and all the success. One day that we will have at least seats in the parliament. That is one of the things that will make me feel good. Even when I can die, if it's that area, I'll be very happy.
Okay, no, thanks very much. I hope I'll be able to talk to you in the near future. For now, thanks very much.
Thank you, Nkala. Thank you very
much.
All
right, thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right.